Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Many messages which we had already given in Malayalam, that we are just giving in an abstract, just to understand and just to analyze by yourself. I am giving it in English. The first point, we are always listening about intolerance and freedom, individual freedom, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, and so on. But always remember that freedom has got limitation. We are not fully free. Naturally also we are not fully free. Constitutionally also we are not fully free. Why we are saying we are not free naturally? We do not have the freedom to select our mother. We do not have the freedom to select our father. We do not have the freedom to select where I should get born. We should get our birth, in which village, which house, which family, which period, whether we should become a boy or a girl, in short a woman or a man, the color of our skin, the number of our teeth, the shape and size of our face and body, where we do not have much freedom at all. So naturally, we are depending on mother, father for a long period. We cannot freely live just like any other animal. So whatever they are giving, we have to eat. We have to have the cultural traits from our parents. Here we do not have any freedom at all. In the constitutionally also we do not have much freedom. I cannot walk naked in the road. I cannot urinate or defecate in the roadside. I cannot walk in the center of the road. If I have got a car, I cannot drive the car 150 kilometers per hour. And I cannot cross the red light whenever I am driving. And I cannot overload my scooter with 4 or 5 people. I cannot ride a scooter without a helmet. Like that, constitutionally, legally, hundreds and hundreds of restrictions are imposed upon us. So we are not fully free. So telling anything, that is also not possible. Expressing whatever you feel, there is also a limitation for that. You have to use refined words, you cannot use unrefined words. So like that, we have got restrictions. When we say freedom, that freedom does not mean that when you are 100% free. Does not mean that when you are 100% free. So freedom has got a restriction. Next point about proverbs. You know, when we use the word barking dogs seldom bites, when you give this message like this, people will be just listening that barking dog seldom bites, biting dog seldom barks. But instead of that dog, suppose you are putting the name of a position, barking president seldom bites, biting secretary seldom barks. All the committee members who are glittering are not gold. And a rolling secretary will not gather the moss. Like this, if you are using the proverbs connecting with the human being or the position of an individual, then the real impact of that proverb will be 10 times more than the real proverb when we say. When we use the proverb for communicating a message, generally people take it as a stereotype way. But suppose you are telling that when barking secretary seldom bites, there the message is directly given. So utilize the proverbs in such a way that the explanation need not be given, explanation is not necessary. Directly the messages go to the mind of the people. So use the proverb in a systematic way and also a custommatic way. Next point about Saptaswara in Carnatic music and Hindustani music. Sa, Di, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni. 7 swaras are there. 7 letters are there. Remember that in 7 letters, out of 51 or 52 letters in Sanskrit or in Indian languages except Tamil, using the 7 letters, 7 swara, sapta swara, you can compose any music. In fact, in Shankarabharanam movie, Shankara Shastri, sings the Western music, even though he did not have the experience of learning or teaching Western music. Using the powerful background of 7 swara, a musician, a singer can sing any music in the world. Remember, Sapta Swaras are there for the last 2000 or 2500 years. Not even a single letter has been removed from that, nor a single letter has been added to that. So Saptaswara, according to me, is the greatest wonder in the world. Nobody has added another swara to that, nobody has removed another swara. All the film songs, all international songs from any country can be sung using the Saptaswara. One of the greatest wonder. Next point is about Gita and communism. It so happened that when I was delivering a lecture in Kannur district of Kerala, almost northern district of Kerala, there are many communist youngsters were there. DYFI and SFI students and youth movement workers were there. Communist party followers were there. Before my starting the lecture, these youths in a protesting way, not protection, protesting way, they just shouted, Mr. Gopalakrishnan, you are going to talk on Bhagavad Gita. Can you say any communism based messages are given in Bhagavad Gita? If communism is explained in Bhagavad Gita, then only you continue your lecture, otherwise it is not possible. So I told these youths, you just listen what I am telling. In Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned, Asatyam apratishtamte jagadahuranishwaram aparaspara sambodham kimanyat kamahedugam. When Lord Krishna was explaining about Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic gunas and doshas, Sattvic guna, Rajasic guna and Tamasic guna, he has explained that people who have got the Tamasic guna, they say asat, they will be saying, or they used to say asatyam. There is nothing what is called a satyam, truth. These are relative. There is nothing like absolute truth. Asatyam. Apradishtam. There is nothing called dharmic value. There is no dharma at all. These are all created by the upper caste people. Asatyam, there is nothing like satyam, truth. Apradishtam, there is nothing like dharma, righteousness. Jagat anishwaram te ahu. There is nothing like a God in this world. There is no God at all. These are all materialism. Jagat ahur anishwar. Aparaspara sambodham. Through dialectical materialistic way, aparasparam, contradictory to each other, dialectical materialism way, aparaspara sambodham. All these are created by the contradicting, conflicting forces of the nature. Aparaspara sambodham. Kimanyat kamahedukam. Whatever is there in this world, these are all meant for human being, for the enjoyment and entertainment of human being. And the cost and price and value of everything is decided based on the requirement of the human being. Kim anyat kama hetukam. All the values and the price and the cost of anything depends upon the need of the human being. His thirst for acquiring that. So this is exactly what is meant by communism. I told these youths. They sat down there and literally enjoyed the 2 hours lecture on Bhagavad Gita in our day-to-day life. So my request to everybody, instead of challenging, instead of contradicting and conflicting, just inform them about the points by point information. Never try to challenge, but try to inform. Our knowledge is learning and teaching. Our knowledge, our duty is learning and teaching. Our responsibility should be learning and teaching. Our privilege should be in learning and teaching. I am sure the world will be coming with us. Next question. There are so many theorems in the modern mathematics. Is there any theorem in ancient Indian mathematics? There are hundreds and hundreds of theorems in ancient Indian mathematics. So, vargair yujamvad yuganair nirekair vargikritayir varjita yukma vargaihi vyasam cha shadikinam vibhajat balam swam vyasetrinikne paridistada syat. Is a theorem given in 14th century by Pudumana Somayaji, Sangara Varman, Achida Pisharadi, Thirkandi Urachida Vadyara and so on. This theorem now known as Lebanese theorem. Chabacha tattar baladobi tadvat chabahatat vyadi hadatri maurya labdhani yukmani balanyatodas chabada yukmani chavistararthat vinyasya jovet yuparityaje tacheshau bhuja kodi vaghnau bhaveda. This is the first theorem written using sin theta, cos theta and tan theta. First arc of the circle is taken, connected with the radius and so on. Similarly, Vyasat Panasangunidat Pratagaptam Tri Adi Ayuk Vimulaganaihi Vyase Trinikne Kramashaha Swam Ranam Kritva Viparididanayu. This is Newton's extrapolation theorem. Chadur Adigam Chadamashta Gunam Dohashashtistada Sahasranam Ayudadvaya Vishkambasya Asanno Savrata Varinaha. This theorem gives you correctly how the value of pi is to be determined. Paridehe Shadbhagajya Vishkambardena Satulya. The circle cut by 1/6, the chord of the 1/6 of the arc of the circle is equal to the radius of the circle. Like this, hundreds and thousands of theorem I have compiled in my book known as Indian Scientific Heritage, for which Government of India has given me Doctor of Literature honorary degree for my thesis. So there are hundreds and thousands of theorems written in Sanskrit. All these are available still now, but some of these are known as in the foreign mathematician's name. Next point. Message of Pope from Vatican. You know, Pope is the religious and spiritual head of the Catholics world over. In 1949, Pope came to India, landed in Bombay, and kissing the Indian soil. After that, he declared to the Christian missionaries and Christianity followers, the Vatican Pope in 1949 declared that as long as you are minority, use the benefit of the minority to rule the majority. When you are becoming the majority, use the power and strength of the majority to rule the then minority. In 2000 AD, when Pope came to India and delivered the message during Deepavali day to 4,000 bishops of India, he just declared that first millennia was utilized for converting Europe, and the second millennia was utilized for converting Africa and America. third millennia, every Christian should utilize for converting India and Asian countries. It is a right time utilize any facilities, be part of the regional culture, take that local and regional culture into Christianity, and utilizing those indigenous culture, convert the people into Christianity. What Christians are doing for the last centuries, taking Hindu customs and rituals, Hindu messages, Indian messages, and just copying it into the Christian activities and utilizing them for converting the Hindus. Next point is about Kadabayadi number system. I am not going to give details of that one. Many people are ignorant about Indian mathematics and astronomical heritage, mainly because majority of these Sanskrit books are written, Sanskrit books in astronomy and mathematics are written based on the number system, either Bhuta Sankhya or Kadabayadi number system. Either Bhuta Sankhya or Kadabayadi number system. If you do not know Bhuta Sankhya, if you do not know Kadabayadi number system, understanding this number becomes understanding this theorem, understanding this mathematical explanation, understanding the problems, understanding the arithmetical points will be impossible. Unlike the modern mathematics, where the number 1, 2, 3 is used, in olden days Kadabayadi number system, whether Ka is equal to 1, Ki is also 1, Ku is also 1, Kri is also 1, Kai is also 1, Ta is 1, T is 1, 2 is 1, so Ka, Ta, Pa, Ya, all these letters, whether with vowels or without vowels, they are all numbering 1. So Bhuta Sankhya I have already told earlier. Bhuta Sankhya where the nouns are used for presenting the number. Eyes, netra. Since 2 eyes are there, netram, srotram, hastam, padam means 2, because we have got 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 ears, 2 eyes. And gunam, 3 gunam. So gunam means 3. Murti, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Murti means 3. Veda means 4. That is Bhuta Sankhya. So Kadabayadi number system, without which it is impossible for anyone to understand or learn ancient Indian mathematics and astronomy. Unfortunately, 99.99999% of the people, modern scientists and mathematicians, are ignorant about this number system. That is why many Indians declare that there is no mathematics or science in India. It is their ignorance about this number system which forces them to tell that nothing was there in India. Then about Mother Teresa and Markandeya Kadju. You know, Supreme Court Justice Markandeya Kadju, who used to talk nowadays very frequently about everything, he has put a fantastic critical evaluation of Mother Teresa with his name and with his photo in Facebook. Explained in such a thorough way the negatives of Mother Teresa, the dealings with the poor people, utilizing the same syringe for treating the people, injection, and the poverty-ridden condition of their religious centers, and how much foreign currency money is flowing to them, how they are misutilizing all these things for converting the people, all these things. Supreme Court Justice bluntly explaining all these things and then concluding by saying that you give me $1,000 million, I can do much better than Mother Teresa doing that. You give me $1,000 million, I will be doing much better than what Mother Teresa is doing. She is making money in the name of service to the poor people and spreading Christianity in the most crooked way. Such an explanation from a Supreme Court Justice is perhaps for the first time. And with these words I will be concluding. Next we will be continuing later. Thank you very much.